Welcome back, our friends, with one of our favorite segments, Did You Know?, with interesting and new facts.
Today we have more wonderful facts that are new to many people.
Pineapples take 2 years to grow. Each pineapple plant only produces one pineapple every 2 years.
Okay, so plants have 6 parts. Alright, so how many plant parts are there? Yeah, 6. There are 6 plant parts. The first 3 help plants get water, make food, and grow. They are roots, stems, and leaves. The second 3 help plants grow new plants. They are flowers, fruit, and seeds. So let's learn the plant parts one by one. First, the parts that help the plant get water, make food, and grow. Okay, so the first plant part we're going to look at today are the roots. Roots have a special job. You see, roots hold the plant in the soil. The soil is the dirt in the ground. Then, roots bring water and nutrients from the soil to the plant. Roots are usually underground, but can be above ground too. Have you ever seen a tree that looks like this, where the roots are above ground? Remember, the roots hold the plant to the soil. Okay, so now we're going to look at the second part of a plant, which are the stems. Now the stems hold the plant up above ground. The stems carry water and food through the plant. Stems are the delivery system of the plant. Roots get water and nutrients from the soil, and the stems carry the water and nutrients throughout the plant. Remember, the stem holds the plant above ground. The next part of the plant we're going to learn today are leaves. The leaves are on the end of the stems of plants. And this is interesting. Leaves are where plants make most of their food. Leaves take in air, and they use air, water, and sunlight to make food. Remember, leaves are on the end of the stems. Okay, so next, the parts that help the plant make new plants. The next part we're going to look at are flowers. Flowers, like leaves, grow on the end of the stems. Flowers are often the most colorful part of the plant. Okay, now this is awesome. The rich colors of flowers help attract pollinators. That's why they're beautiful. The beauty has a purpose. After getting pollinated, flowers can make seeds and fruit. Do you love fruit? Yes, fruit is awesome. You have flowers to thank for that. Flowers make fruit, so the next time you're eating an amazing piece of fruit, just think to yourself, thank you, flowers. Thank you, flowers. Remember, flowers are the colorful growths on the stems. The next part of the plant we're going to learn about is the fruit. Alright, now where on the plant is the fruit? Fruit hangs on the end of stems. Now, you might be wondering, what's the fruit's job? What does the fruit do? Well, the fruit's job is to hold the seeds. The fruit is just a delicious seed holder. Now, either one of two things happens to fruit. Fruit is either picked and eaten, or it falls off the plant and rots. Remember, fruit is the tasty stuff on the stems. Okay, the last part of the plant that we're going to learn today are the seeds. So where are the seeds of the plant? Seeds hide inside of the fruit. Now the seeds have an incredible job. You see, seeds grow into new plants. Okay, you might be wondering, well, how does that work? Well, here's one way. When animals eat fruit, they eat the seeds. Later, the seeds leave the animal through its waste wherever the animal is. This is called dispersal. Or, fruit falls from the tree and rots. The word rots means dies. The fruit dies, it rots. The seeds fall out and can make a new plant. The first way, called dispersal, takes the seed to another place so it plants a new plant in a new place. When a fruit falls and rots, it plants a new plant nearby the original plant. Remember, seeds live inside of the fruit. Hey, it looked like you were doing a good job paying attention, learning about the plant parts, and now we want to see how much you learned. we're going to play a game called Name the Plant Part. We're going to show you a plant part, and then you go ahead and tell us which plant part it is.
Did you know, Hassan, that fish can drown in water?
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
like humans. Fish need oxygen. So if there's not enough oxygen in the water, they will suffocate.
An octopus has blue blood. To survive in the deep ocean, octopuses have a copper rather than iron-based blood called hemocyan, turning the color of its blood blue.
Did you know that chameleons' tongue are twice the length of their body? When fully straight, a chameleon's tongue is almost double the length of its body.
Camels have 3 eyelids to protect themselves from blowing sand. 2 of the eyelids have lashes, and the 3rd eyelid comes from the corner of the eye.
In this video, we are going to talk about fish. That's right, fish! Fish are a type of animal that lives in the water. Look at all these fish in the water. That's where they live. Fish live in the water. Now, that's not the only thing that makes a fish a fish. While most animals in the water are fish, not all of them are. But how do you know if an animal in the water is a fish or not a fish? Well, there are 2 major things that all fish have in common. The first thing is that all fish are vertebrates. Do you know what a vertebrate is? It's a good question. Yeah, vertebrates are animals that have a spine, like birds, reptiles, amphibians, mammals, and of course, fish. Fish are vertebrates, meaning all fish have a spine. What are some invertebrates or animals without a spine that live in the water? How about the octopus? An octopus does not have a spine. Since an octopus does not have a spine, an octopus is an invertebrate. That means an octopus is not a fish. Sorry, buddy, you are not a fish. All fish have a spine. All fish are vertebrates, but you are an invertebrate. You are super cool, but you're just not a fish. So vertebrates and invertebrates. Vertebrates are animals with a spine, like fish. Invertebrates are animals without a spine, like this octopus. Wow, the octopus looks really happy that he doesn't have a spine. Of course, if an animal doesn't have a spine, that means it can't be a fish because all fish have a spine. Look at this creature. What is this? Yeah, a jellyfish. Just like the octopus, jellyfish are invertebrates too. That means even though they are animals that live in the water, jellyfish are not fish. Now wait a second. You mean even though jellyfish have fish in the name, they are not really fish? That's right. Jellyfish are not fish because they do not have a spine. All fish have a spine, so whoever named jellyfish was trying to trick us, but we are not gonna fall for it. Now the second thing fish have in common is that all fish use gills to breathe. That's right. These are the gills of a tuna. They look really interesting, don't they? They are pretty cool. Here is how they work. Gills remove the oxygen from water that enters the fish's mouth and releases the water back out. Gills work kind of like our lungs do, except instead of breathing air like we do to get oxygen, fish get their oxygen from the water. Gills are very important to fish. You see, without gills, fish are not able to live in the water. It's true. It is the only way fish are able to get the oxygen they need. Oh, Clarence, you really are a fish. You have a spine, which means you are a vertebrate, and you have gills, which is how you breathe in the water. You have to have both in order to be a fish. Well, now that we know what makes a fish, let's look at more facts about these incredible water animals. Like this. There are about 30,000 different types of fish, and scientists are discovering more and more every single year. Maybe one of you will grow up and discover new types of fish that we never knew existed. Wouldn't that be cool? Fish come in all sizes and shapes and have very different characteristics depending on the species. Think of this. A shark is a fish. Wow, did you know that? A shark is a fish. And a goldfish is a fish too. Fish are a wide-ranging animal family, but remember, they all have a spine and they all have gills. And I like to think, maybe the goldfish and the shark could be friends. Maybe they wouldn't be friends. They wouldn't be friends. That goldfish would be a snack. Hey, this is cool. Just like amphibians and reptiles, fish are cold-blooded. Huh, what does cold-blooded mean? Do you know? What does cold-blooded mean? Yeah, cold-blooded means their bodies do not control their own temperature. The temperature of a fish, for example, is similar to its environment because a fish is cold-blooded. We're different. We are warm-blooded, so we don't know what that is really like, but we do know that fish, amphibians, and reptiles are all cold-blooded. Their bodies do not control their own temperature. Now, this is kind of a sad fact. Did you know fish can feel pain and get stressed like we do? Yeah, it's easy to think that fish are always carefree, they just swim around all day, but fish can feel pain and get stressed just like us humans. Oh no, Carl, don't get stressed out. Deep breathing, Carl, deep breathing, that's right. Deep breathing. Hey, Carl, you're not deep breathing, are you? Fish are fun to watch and take care of, even Carl. Many people have fish as pets. They get to watch these incredible animals explore their own little water world each day. Do you have fish that you take care of? Okay. Fish are great. We hope you had a fun time learning about them. These water animals with a spine and with gills are a wonderful part of the animal kingdom. They are also tasty to eat. Don't tell Clarence. He likes me. He has no idea. No, don't tell him. Don't spoil it. We get along right now. Clarence and I are friends. No, don't tell him. Okay, fine. Tell him I eat fish. All right, because another fact is that fish don't speak English, okay? They don't speak English, all right? Or anything else.
know that spiders are not insects?
I hate them a lot.
Me too. These creepy crawlers are classed as arachnid, a class that also includes scorpions, mites, and ticks.
Sloths take 2 weeks to digest their food. Sloths have a very slow metabolism.
Honey never spoils.
Really?
Did you know that?
Not really.
Oh, let's see. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and are still perfectly edible.
Cows have 4 stomachs. Cows actually have one large stomach that contains 4 compartments to aid them through the different stages of digesting.
To begin, insects are the largest animal group on Earth. Did you know that? There is no animal group in the world larger than insects. In fact, about 85% of the whole animal kingdom is made up of insects. That means the majority of animals in the world are insects. And they are everywhere. When you visit the park, a field, or even your own backyard, there are hundreds of thousands of insects all around you, underground, on the grass, flying in the air. They are everywhere. Some insects even swim. They can even get indoors too. Have you ever seen an insect in your house before or in a building? Yeah, they find a way to get in. There are so many different types of insects. Some are beautiful, like this butterfly. Others are, well, less beautiful, like this stag beetle. Wow, wish this stag beetle wasn't right next to my face. Okay, butterfly, you can stay. But despite their differences, there are things all insects have in common. Here are some of the things all insects have in common. First, they are gross. Second, they are disgusting. And third, their babies smell bad. Okay. Hey, no, that was a joke, okay? We're kidding. We love insects. We wouldn't be making this video if we didn't love you guys, okay? That's just a joke, okay? We're gonna say nice things about you. We love insects, and there are wonderful things that all insects have in common. We're just joking. You're not gross. You're not disgusting. You know, your babies don't smell bad. It's okay. It's okay. All right? We'll be nice. We'll be nice. Okay, here is the real list of things all insects have in common. No jokes. These are the real things, okay? Things all insects have in common. First of all, they are small. Now, different insects are different sizes, but compared to other animal groups, insects are small. Their small sizes allow them to have special jobs other animal groups can't have. It's good that insects are small. Another thing insects have in common is that they all have 6 legs. All insects have 6 legs. Did you know that already? That's one of the reasons a spider is not an insect. A spider has 8 legs. Spiders are arachnids, not insects. Remember, all insects have 6 legs. The next thing all insects have in common is that they move quickly in their environment. Whether they live on land, in the water, or fly in the air, every insect has the ability to be fast, with their legs and often their wings, helping them get to where they need to go in a short amount of time. A great example of this is the grasshopper. Grasshoppers can jump fast and far and can be hard to catch. But it's not just grasshoppers. All insects have the ability to move quickly. Insects not only move quickly in their environment, they also can't think. No, we're not being mean. Literally, the brains of insects are very simple. Insects don't have thoughts like we do. They have no imaginations or dreams. Their simple brains have programmed responses to situations they face. That means if a mosquito bites you, remember, the mosquito isn't mad at you. The mosquito didn't think, hey, I want to get that person. Insects can't think. The mosquito knew it needed food and it flew to you to get it. This is why insects are so predictable. Their brains already have programmed responses to everything that happens to them. We hope you are having a lot of fun. Now we are going to look at several different types of insects and learn even more facts about these fascinating creatures. Are you ready? No, really. Are you ready? Okay. First, let's look at beetles. Here is a ladybug, one of the most popular types of beetles. While a lot of people don't like your average beetle, it is hard to find someone who doesn't like ladybugs, right? Ladybugs, like other beetles, have front wings that form a hard case that almost looks like a shell. Ladybugs might look innocent, but they can be insect-eating machines. A single ladybug can eat as many as 5,000 other insects in its lifetime. Wow! Here is another beetle called the stag beetle. The stag beetle has these huge jaws and is a beetle that sometimes wrestles other stag beetles. Doesn't it look like a wrestler? The stag beetle is not as sweet looking as the ladybug, is it? Next, we are going to look at the fly. You know the old verse, "Shoo fly, don't bother me"? Flies can be very annoying insects. They do have important jobs like pollinating flowers and recycling animal poop. Yeah, you heard that right. If it weren't for flies, the world...
Did you know that it's impossible to hum with your nose closed?
Really?
Yes.
Let's try it.
Okay. Hum.
Hum.
Now with our nose closed, but two of us together.
Hum.
Okay, I can't. Let's see why. You can't hum while holding your nose closed because the air cannot escape, creating the sound.
That was all for today's facts. Stay tuned, friends, for more.